So I think that there's been a lot of stories of this lately, but there have been people who were unvaccinated, typically would appear to be Republicans, a lot of them having influence and power in these stories. You know, the last one I covered, he was a Republican leader in the state of Texas. So these are not just necessarily random people. These are people, you know, with influence, people that have people who listen to them. Here's another one, a conservative radio host. So a person with a lot of listeners, or at least some listeners, even if you have 20 listeners that you're influencing is a lot. So what has ended up happening is he has died of coronavirus after posting anti-vaccine comments. And what's interesting is, after posting the anti-vaccine comments, he actually, at the last second before dying, had urged people to actually get the vaccine because he got hospitalized with coronavirus, and he was like, oh, fuck, this isn't a joke. I'm about to die. And so he died. His radio host urges friends to get vaccinated shortly before dying of COVID-19. A conservative Florida radio host who is vocally critical of the COVID-19 vaccine urged his friends to get the shot after he contracted the virus himself. In one Facebook post, Dick Farrell claimed that two people he knew who had received the COVID-19 vaccine were later hospitalized. That is a very bizarre comment. Hospitalized with what? Because of what? Vaccine bogus bull shid. Two peeps I know got vaxxed. Now have corona, hospitalized, critical. Thank you, Moderna. For nothing, he said on July 1st. So obviously, I don't even believe him. I don't believe him at all. But were you given enough time to be immunized? You know, in the big picture, statistically, what are your protection odds? We know it's over 80% for protection from infection, over 90% from symptomatic disease. So just because there were two people that got it doesn't mean that it would happen to you. Why take a vax promoted by people who lied to you all along about masks, where the virus comes from and the death toll? He said in another Facebook post on July 3rd. At least one of his COVID-19 related posts was flagged by Facebook for spreading false information. And in another post, he called President Biden's chief medical advisor Anthony Fauci, quote, a power-tripping lying freak. However, his stance changed after he got COVID-19. Amy Lai Hare, a friend of Farrell's, wrote on Facebook that he had succumbed to COVID-19 and had urged her to get the shot after he got sick. COVID took one of my best friends, Rip Dick Farrell. He is the reason I took the shot. He texted me and told me to get it. He told me that this virus is no joke, and he said I wish I had gotten it. Hashtag fuck COVID, hashtag take the vaccination, she wrote on Facebook on Wednesday. So that's pretty crazy. So I'm actually not going to lie. I'm low-key surprised that, you know, she was actually down to get the vaccine after he died. Because honestly, like, the tenacity and the stubbornness of these anti-vax people, I feel like their whole family could die of coronavirus and they would still just be like, no, I'm not taking the vaccine. I mean, I had seen that one story a while ago about how a kid had gotten tetanus and had a horrible time. It was extremely expensive. It was very, very painful. And after that, the mom still didn't let him get a vaccine for tetanus. So I'm actually surprised that she was down to take it. I'm not going to lie to you guys because, man, these people's stubbornness is truly remarkable. But it seems like once people, you know, have this experience, they start to kind of realize, like, oh shit, some of them at least. Again, I can't say all because they seem to be pretty stubborn, but do be aware, Delta's getting worse, more transmissible, more powerful. So protect yourself, protect society as a whole, protect your neighbors, protect everyone. If you want to start going back to public events, you know, you want life to go back to normal, get the vaccine.